Hey everybody, glad to have y'all here today. Um, it's a beautiful day here in Florida. I just want to reach out to y'all and spread some good joy for everybody. Um, I'm here with my great co-host Char. How are you, Char?
Hey, Steve, I'm doing good. How are you?
Glad to have you here. Thank you.
Absolutely.
We wanted to talk about some interesting subjects today, but we wanted to start off by playing a little song for you that we've um, well, it kind of fits the meaning of what we're going to try to talk about today. So I hope everybody will grasp it and listen for a minute. And this is the ripple effect.
Kindness flows like a river wide. Lift the heavy hearts, don't let them hide. A simple smile can change the day. Let love lead while you pave the way. Be kind, my friend, you'll never lose. Spread the love, it's the path to choose. When you shine, light lifts someone too. The ripple effect starts with you. Honor roots that keep you strong. Stand for what's right, even if it feels wrong. Your word, your bond, let it never break. Respect's the key, your truth the stake. Be kind, my friend, you'll never lose. Spread the love, it's the path to choose. When you shine, light lifts someone too. The ripple effect starts with you.
I love it.
When you rise, don't climb alone. Reach for the hands to pull them home. Celebrate the victories you've gained, but don't forget the road you've paved. Be kind, my friend, you'll never lose. Spread the love, it's the path to choose.
That's good. Thank you.
When you shine, light lifts someone too. The ripple effect starts with you. Ripple effect starts with you.
Hey, all right. How y'all like that one? I can't hear you, Char.
Because I'm muted, I apologize.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Want to make sure it wasn't on my side.
Nope, you're fine. You're doing great.
Today's a kind of a special day for me. Um, I have been clean 15 years off of pills, and we were going to talk about it tonight and how all that transpired and the really the courage it took to get out of it is what we're going to talk about. And there's a lot of people out there that struggle with addictions of some sort. We all, you know, the deal. But we're here to be supportive of each other and help each other in any way we can. And most of the time, when you're in that kind of situation, you just need somebody to listen. So tonight, I hope after hearing my story, that other people would join in and talk and share their story too, because there's a lot of people that have gone through a lot, just like myself, and have come out on the other side a little better. So uh, I appreciate you have doing this with me, Char. It's a real privilege.
Absolutely. And everybody, Steve's my friend here. He's running his own radio station. We're going to push that out so you guys know it. It's called Ocala Beats. And we both have talked for quite some time. We want to do more positive things, have conversations, have people come up, tell their story. And today, of course, I want y'all to get to know Steve better. And this guy is fantastic. He's really, really cool. And he's came to a couple of the shows with me on other channels, and it's made him feel more comfortable about wanting to do this. And today we're just going to do it easy, and we appreciate your feedback. We're going to take questions afterwards if you don't mind, and we're ready whenever you are, Steve.
Okay, well, I'd like to start a little bit about telling you about myself. I served in the
Please.
military till 1994, and after that, I went to work for the power company. I got a job right out of the army working for the power company on high voltage power lines, and it was a great job. I had, you can imagine it was just a real good job for myself. I worked there for 10 years. I became a journeyman lineman, which is the highest classification you can have as a lineman, and was able to, really travel the country and help people when their lights were gone. So it was a pretty interesting career. It was a fun career actually. So that's where my career started out at was in really the military and also in electrical work.
How
After
many
that,
years were you in the military, if you don't mind me asking?
oh, no problem. I was there for 4 years. I
Okay,
served
cool.
4 years in the military. I got uh, did all I could do for my country. I love my country, and it was a great tour. I really loved it. I enjoyed being in the military. It wasn't until 2004 I was um, I was in a substation uh, with some friends. We were cleaning some gear in the substation. This was in Louisiana, and as I'm looking up in the air, I see my friend untying a wire, what we call armor rods. And as he's untying it, I can see a nick in the wire.
Mm.
I can see something's wrong. Something's real bad wrong here. And I have a guy that's almost standing up underneath that wire. And as I start to approach him to tell him to pull back, come back, the wire broke.
Oh my God.
Well, it landed right across my head and it electrocuted me with 14,400 volts.
Oh my
It
God.
I'm just amazed to be alive right now. I'm just so happy that I'm alive. And it killed me graveyard dead, but I was in a head injury hospital for a total of 1 year, 364 days to be exact.
Wow.
364 days I spent in a head injury hospital trying to recover uh, from that injury. So
That
it was
had
pretty.
very painful. A lot to go through.
Yeah, it was a hard road, and trying to come back from something like that. We always want to do our best, but at the time they got me. Everybody's putting me on pain pills. They were putting me on. Uh, this was early 2000s or mid 2000s, and people were heavy into pain pills back then. I know y'all can remember that, where it was an epidemic. For every reason, for the user, for the for the for the for the doctor, for everybody. Everybody was abusing the system in some way, and everybody was hooked on the pain pills. I was hooked on them for 8 years.
Mm.
For 8 years, I was hooked on that and Xanax, um, real bad. Actually, 2 of those years I was homeless.
Oh my
2 of those
God.
years out of the 8, I was homeless, and it changes you forever. It changes you forever, you know. And one day I heard somebody saying outside the train station to me, because I was a bum. Basically, I'm just I'm a bum. I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm dragging around. I'm peeled up. I don't know what to say.
Hmm.
Long story short, somebody said, you need different people, places, and things. And I can remember hearing that in my brain, you need different people, places, and things if you're ever going to get off of this. So I had about $200 to my name. I got a train ticket to Memphis, Tennessee,
Oh, wow.
where the VA had offered me a homeless shelter to go into.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a dynamite opportunity for me to get clean, But
Right.
this was like my fourth attempt to get clean. This was my fourth attempt to get clean, and it just kept biting me. It just kept biting me. So when I get to Memphis, I hope everybody's keeping up with me, but when I got to Memphis, I get off the train and I'm sitting in front of the homeless shelter, and I'm all alone and I'm tweaking, for all purposes. I'm tweaked out. I'm pretty bad off. I'm not doing real good. And a guy walks by me and he says, man, you need to stop, and I was like, what? He said, man, you are messed up, bro. He said, and he sat down with me, and I'll tell you the truth, he smoked a blunt with me that day.
Right.
He smoked a blunt with me that day. And he said, bro, he said, if you won't use these pills, I'll come down here every day and smoke a blunt with you.
Wow.
And I laughed, Char. I laughed. This was funny to me.
Right.
This was funny to me that somebody would say that they would take the time. I thought it was a lie, quite frankly. I thought he was just jerking.
Pulling your leg. Yeah, exactly.
Pulling my leg,
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to show you a picture of him when you could, Char, if you could pull that
Sure.
picture of this is my buddy. His name is KD, and he's the person that saved my life. And it's been almost 15 years to this day since I seen him.
Okay.
And I miss him very much, and I just want to. He's a Crip. He was a Crip in the streets of Tennessee, and for 5 months, that Crip that people say whatever came down there and smoked a blunt. He would get on a bus, ride it from East Memphis downtown, get off the bus, and come smoke a blunt every day.
And you were nobody to him.
I was nobody. I was nobody. And I'll still to this day, I'll never know why. I'll never figure that out. Why I was so blessed. Why somebody would care about me in my worst time of need. That he didn't make it. He didn't make it. As you know, when you're in that life, there's a lot of hard things, and
Right.
but my love is to say to this man, all these years after he saved my life, that thank you. Wherever you are in heaven, thank you, brother. Because I've been off the pills for 15 years now. I know it's possible. I know there's hope.
Right.
I know that, crystal meth and cocaine and Flocka and all these other things that are coming out of the woodwork. We could please stay away from it. That's all I can say, because my addiction was so bad that my breaking point, if I could go back just a minute, when I was in New
Please.
Orleans, there was a man that came out to eat a hamburger outside of a restaurant. He was sitting on a bench, nothing major right there. You could see he had to use the bathroom. He ran inside to use the bathroom, and I ate his sandwich for him. You get what I'm saying?
You were desperate. Yeah.
I was desperate. I was desperate, but it made me feel so low. It was the lowest part of my life. I had hit rock bottom.
Mhm.
That was rock bottom for me. But I think everybody's got to hit their rock bottom. That's what's so interesting, you know. And we're all in this struggle together. I hope that this reaches somebody that would. Um, Thank you, Z. That's a very nice offer. You that would have helped me a lot, bro. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, bro. Because you know that you hear the stereotypes where weed is a gateway drug. I've heard that my whole life. You know, it's a gateway drug to other drugs and this and that. But it was a gateway for me out of drugs, and it really was. You know, and I hope I'm not rambling, but
No.
it's so important for me to come on here and tell you about Katie. I can't even know. I don't even know what I did with that picture, Char.
Oh, you
Okay.
don't? Okay.
Oh my God.
I
Let me
think
see if I pull it up.
I think you shared it to your file.
Yeah. I just wanted to show you the kind of people we have around us that we don't always notice. You know what I mean? We don't always notice these people. And okay, I think I got him.
There we go.
There he
Yep,
is.
I got
There he
it.
is.
There you go.
This is my buddy. This is my buddy KD, guys. He's a Crip from Memphis, Tennessee, who saved my life. And I will always be indebted to him. That picture was taken in 2010. I took that picture of him.
May he
He's the
rest in
man, bro.
peace.
He's the
Yeah.
man, bro. He's the man. He didn't care about my color. He didn't care about my creed. He didn't care about my addiction. All he gave a damn about was me. And sometimes that's all it needs, guys.
Exactly.
You know?
Just,
Thank you
just the
for
fact that he
that.
walked up and talked to you right there, that speaks volumes.
You know, and I think to myself sometimes, Shar, you know, I hope I can be as good of a man in a hard time. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to be the good guy when you're on top.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But he didn't have a pot to piss in. I'm
Nope.
gonna be honest with you, and he helped me every day. I don't
You
know.
gave him reason, and he helped you.
I don't know what to say, Charles.
It's amazing. It's wonderful.
Truly gave himself to help me get off of drugs.
And you say it just started by him saying to you, "You're messed up. You need to stop."
That's right. That's right. And I think that's where it starts, don't you? That-
Mhm.
that we gotta
Yeah,
communicate a little better. We gotta be honest with each other. You know, we
absolutely.
all have a friend that's hurting. We all have a friend that's hurting in the drugs, or you know somebody who is, or you've seen somebody who is. We're all in that realm.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm telling you, if we could just take the time, if you could just be KD for 5 minutes for somebody else,
Think about the good you could do.
there he is.
Somebody's life would change.
He changed mine.
Yeah.
He changed mine, you know, for sure.
And
Yeah.
I'm grateful that he did, because now we know you. And you're going to
Thank-
be able to touch other people's life because you're that kind of person. I know that you are.
Thank you, Shaw. That really means a lot to me. You know, I mean, I try to, like you and most everybody else, try to learn a little bit from everybody.
Right.
You know, and I think that's the best way. You know, I think if we opened up to each other and tried to be more humanly,
Right.
just remember the color of their skin, the color of their hair, the way they dress, the big lobe in the ear, whatever the fuck it is. If it ain't hurting you, this is all I'm saying. If it's
That's
not
right.
directly hurting you, why are you worried about it?
Exactly.
So,
We all
if
bleed
that,
the same. I don't care what color we are. Whether
yeah,
we're fat, thin, ugly, pretty, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
it don't matter.
And just the fact that he started talking to you, he's not here to find out. Wonder how long he was watching you. What made him step forward and say, "Hey, I got to say something to this guy. Somebody's got to try."
It was an angel coming from heaven, Sean.
Yeah,
It was an angel dressed as a crib. You know what I mean?
right,
That's all I can say. I don't know what else to say. It was an
right.
angel dressed as a crib. So
And
uh,
maybe some of his dealings with what he was going through made him relate to knowing you were in a bad way and somebody needed to give you that push.
he did. He really saved my life. And I think about him all the time. And I've been wanting to say something, at least, uh, bring his name up in conversation with people because uh, people need to know about cats like this. You
Yes.
know what I mean? We need more positive stories. We don't. Not everything has to end in a terror story. You know
Mm-mm.
what I mean? Some things we just want some positivity. And that's what he brought into my life.
Right.
Positivity.
He gave you some hope. Probably
Hope.
where you,
That was it.
yeah.
That was it, Sean. He gave me hope that I could get out of this shit.
Just the fact
You know,
sitting down talking to you and showing up every day for that blunt
every day.
probably was everything in the world to you at that time.
Oh, it was the only thing I could hold on to.
Hmm.
It was the only solace I had.
And you were
Uh,
dealing with this day after day, you say for 2 years? You were
yeah, I was
homeless?
homeless for 2 years.
The fact that you made it and that he's a part of it and that we can do this for each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a survivor. I mean, this is a survivor story, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not just the survivor in this. You know what I mean? He lives through me because I'm
Yes.
not. I don't like to not say his name and give him homage for what he did to me or for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was really there for me. He was the only person there for me. All my power company friends, nobody. But a
Right.
Crip showed me compassion.
Yeah. Somebody who didn't know you from Adam.
Yeah, Berlinetta, he passed. He's passed. Thank you for asking. Thank you
And
so much for asking, Berlinetta. That really means a lot to me. Uh,
right.
he was a great man.
Right. And that's true, Z. Very true. We don't know why he was a crypt. We don't know what kind of
That's
life he went through, what his struggle
that's right.
was.
That's right.
Eh,
And nobody
just
does
the,
that.
mm-mm, nope.
We always
Eh,
think we know what's going on with somebody else. But the truth is, if you're not walking in their shoes, you really have no idea. You have no idea the pain they've been through. You know.
Right.
Thank you,
And
Miss D. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
he
Thank
will.
you for bringing that up.
He will,
He
Berlinetta. That's true.
absolutely will. He's what a absolute treasure of a person to go out of his way for me. And to be honest with you, Berlinetta, I don't I don't think I deserved it at the time. But I think he did it for the man he thought I could be. You
Right.
know what I mean? And that means a lot to me. You know.
He took that chance with you. We don't know why, but we're glad he
You
did.
know. And if all of us took a chance every once in a while, I think that'd be a big step.
Absolutely. Because like when we talk with Z and Motor and them, where we always talk at the end about asking people to be kind and
Mm,
if you have it to give somebody a meal, help somebody out. Something as simple as just talking to you and saying he'd come smoke a blunt with you every day
that's,
was enough to
he's a
give you that hope and go for it. But at the same time, he kept you going. You kept at it. What happened? Was it the fact that he was there for you, and you knew you could count on him? I mean, if you willing to talk about that, what happened that
Well,
made you go, okay, I got this?
you know, when he started talking to me, I really just thought he was full of shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like everybody else, you know, nobody wanting something or
Yeah, not know
this or
what they're
that.
up to.
You never know what somebody's up to, right? But his intentions were clear. He only wanted me to get off them damn pills, and getting off of them was extremely hard, Charles. It was the hardest thing I have ever had to do. You know,
If
but
you if you
without him having done
hmm
that, I would have had no reason to carry on. I had no family. I
right,
didn't have a wife. No, you know, nothing.
just
I
the
don't.
high. You wanted
Yeah,
the high. The high was the escape.
the high was the escape from that pain. The high was the escape from that pain, and I kept, you know, and it wasn't just physical pain,
Hmm.
Charles.
Oh
You know,
no,
you get to a point in your life where it's not just physical; it's emotional, it's mental, it's whatever you want to call it. You get drugged down in this stuff to the point where you're unrecognizable.
right,
You're unrecognizable, and you know, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad that we have, you know, that things like that happen, but it shows you how far you can come
yeah,
because I was nothing, and I'm still trying to get it right. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't use pills. I've never used any of the other shit. You know, but long story short, you know, I'm just trying to be a better person at this point. That's all I can do. Because
right.
can you imagine for him? And I want to put a perspective in your mind if I could. This is
Please.
downtown Memphis, Tennessee. This is a totally African American place. You know, it's all black people and all this. I was the only white cat out there. And you know what? It was almost as though he was protecting me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a silly part of me
Hmm.
that thinks he walked up to talk to me just to tell them, leave me alone,
Yeah, could be.
leave me alone.
Maybe he was an empath. Maybe he could feel good from you.
He saved my life, Char. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'd love to, you know, how we always love to talk bad about people, but I couldn't think of one thing negative to say about him. You know,
And that's
I
amazing because maybe everybody else knew him a different way, but he saved your life.
He did, and you're right. They did know him a different because
Hmm.
when you know when people would come around him and you know, it's a totally different interaction. It was a totally
Right.
different world, you know. And he took me places with him, you know, which was strange, but I learned a lot.
I was going to say,
You know,
maybe he scared you straight
oh,
in some cases.
I tell you what, he was an angel. He was an angel from heaven. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm blessed to have had him in my life. You know, and I hope everybody gets their own KD in this life. You know, that was his name. That's what I called him, KD.
Katie,
So,
did you ever feel like, were there times where while he was still being your friend that you felt the pull to slip, or he kept at you? It kept you going.
oh, he was very motivating, Char. I mean, he's off the chain. You know, he like I said, he wasn't a rich person by any means, but he'd give you the shirt off his back.
He was rich in soul.
His
He had a
soul was
had a soul.
so good, and I know what he did in the street.
Hmm.
Okay, you know, I get it.
You're not saying
But
he's an angel, right?
no, I'm not going to say that right here. Well, actually, I'm going to say that right here. Yes, he was an angel for me.
For you.
That don't mean for you,
Right.
So you're right, Z. I see what you're writing here, people seeking housing and welfare. In fact, many policies make drug abuse a prerequisite for services federal, state, and local programs give. I'm just, I just think we need to help our neighbor more. That's all I mean. It all comes down to that to me. I was a nomad for 8 years where we traveled a lot, and the one thing I loved about that community is that's what they called themselves, community.
Community.
And that's you can have a community with a lot of diversity in it.
Yes.
And the more diversity you have in it, the more interesting the product's going to be.
That's true.
It's just the way it is.
We meet all kinds of people, and it's wonderful.
Yes.
We can learn. We learn from everybody. One way or the other, they touch your life.
You're right. You're right.
We may not know why, what the reason is, but
yeah. I hope we can do more positive things like this, Char. This is really empowering for, I hope somebody out there who's listening this right now, knows that if they need to talk, hell, I'll give you my personal cell number. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn. I'm always there if you need me. I'll find a way to answer that phone.
Right. And we said we're going to do more of this, and there'll be times like whether you it's up to you if you want to open the panel and some of these people can come up. That's totally up to you.
I would love it. They would come up, Berlinetta,
Okay.
if they would come up, if they don't mind, they might have a story to tell as well.
Absolutely. Let me drop the link for them.
Oh, thank you so much, Char.
Not a problem.
This is so nice to be able to be on here with y'all, and hopefully, I hope it will impact somebody. I mean, I don't know who. I don't know who, but I think there's a lot of people that if we'll hear this and say, I'm having trouble too. Maybe I should just talk to somebody.
Right. This is where it starts. This is where we can open those doors. Yep. Now I need you on your side.
Yes, ma'am.
To click that link that I dropped under your name, Laughter and.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it's gonna when you click the 3 dots, it'll say pin it. You want to click pin it.
You got it. Oh, it says pin user and time. No, that ain't it.
Right next to where it says StreamYard.com. There's 3 dots there.
Where am I at, Sean? I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
Lost.
Are you on the chat side of it?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you click the 3 dots next to where it says StreamYard, is it showing pin it? You need to be on the YouTube side. Do you have your YouTube open as well?
Oh, okay. I got YouTube here. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Open that up and hit the 3 dots on it. That's where I have you wrong. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
No, you're fine.
I'll get this done. Hang on. I'm so glad we were able to talk about this, though, because
we already have a guest. We have Mr. Citizen Z.
Are you serious?
We sure do.
Yes, I'm with Winnie the Pig.
Oh my God.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Steve, how are you doing? So, you touched on something that I want to make a comment on. As far as the addictions go and the homeless problems go, in DC, I see this in Maryland, I see this all across all the 50 states. The government is part of the problem, because if you're not on drugs and you are not an addict and you are homeless, then you don't get any help. You don't get any help. They encourage you to be on drugs and to be an addict. I know. I see it every day. One homeless guy I talked to, his name is Mike. Same name as me, right? And he was telling me that there are certain places that will not give him aid if he is not an addict, if he is not actively taking drugs.
That's right. That's right.
He gets zero help. And there's a lot of
That's
places like that. And I feel that the government is big at fault. The doctors are at fault for the pill subscribing, because most of these doctors, here, take this pill, here, take this pill, here, take this pill, here, take this pill.
That's exactly.
I have no love for those people, man. None whatsoever. I've seen so many lives ruined in the past 2 years since I've been here. It's unreal.
You're right. You're right, Z. It's ruining us. You should see my neighborhood. Z, I hate to admit it, man. I mean, when we first moved in, I thought I'd moved into a decent neighborhood. Man, everybody around me is a crackhead. Every house around me is a crackhead thing, man.
Well, you can't say crack no more, because crack is an old drug, right? That's out of the way. Now they're meth heads, or ISO, or Flacca, or Trank.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
You're right, my friend. I don't know if I did that right, Char, with the pen.
Let me check to see.
I just want you to know ahead of time. Hey, but I'll tell you what, Z,
It doesn't show
you're
it
right
there.
about that. You're very right about that. They are hoaxing. They're not even asking. They're requiring people to be on drugs. You know what I mean? You have to be strung out to get on some of these plans. Whatever you want to call them.
And you have a slim to zero chance of getting any help if you're not an addict. So some of these people become addicts just so that they can get the fucking help. And I think it's wrong, man. It's
you just said it
wrong.
right there, bro. You said it right there. Ain't that sad?
Mhm.
Ain't that sad, bro? And I got out. I can honestly say now I'm not homeless, but I will tell you, there's a lot of my brothers and sisters in the street right now that can't say the same. You know what I mean? And we're not looking out for that. We're just. I like to think about us growing as a community. Look out for somebody, man. You see somebody hungry, feed them a sandwich. Don't throw a Subway at their ass.
I don't like the word homeless, man. I like the word unhoused, because
that's fair.
Homeless is, I don't know, man, because there are many people that are housed that use food banks, that use everything, right?
Sure.
Because anymore they can't afford to live, man. Some of these people that live in tents, well, they used to live in tents in DC, they had jobs. They worked every fucking day. But you know what? They can't afford apartments.
No.
They can't afford all that shit.
Yep.
The boys government do. They come in and take them and put them into the trash.
Right.
So when people say that helping these people, you're part of the problem, no, because you don't know. You are not in their shoes. Until you've walked a mile in their shoes, then they should shut up. You've walked many miles in those shoes, Steve. You have every right to say everything.
It's sad though, because the drug thing, it was pushed on me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not blaming anybody. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But there was a lot of cases where they were just pushing shit on me. Like, take some more of these. Take some more of them.
I blame the doctors.
Right.
The doctors are pill prescribing bitches.
Yeah. Well, that's where I got caught up at. I got caught up in in that mess, you know.
Well, look at all the people. Look at what they did to Shar. Shar, I hope you don't mind if I share this, but
No.
she was taking pain pills, right? She told me one day she was taking pain pills. All of a sudden, the doctor said no more. That's it. So now she, instead of giving her a winning her off of it or giving her another avenue, he cut her off cold turkey. Now she has to go out and find a different way. Do you know that most people that is in Char's predicament where they just cut you off, they go to harder drugs. They go to meth. They go to ice. They go to flakka. They go to ISO.
You are on it, Z. You named it right. That's exactly the truth, too. You can't cut, you know, and that's what happened. You know, they try to cut people off. And that's when you saw the heroin addiction just go rampant, bro. It just went, whoo. You know, back then.
Look at during Vietnam and the Korean War. The Korean War was terrible. Do you know how many people came home from that war that were hooked on morphine?
Oh, I bet. I bet, brother. I bet, brother. You know, no doubt about it, you know. And you know, they're just making it worse and worse and worse. You know what got me though, bro? I shouldn't mention this off top. This is kind of off topic, but I want to get your thoughts on something. You know, the other day I was reading the paper and it said they're getting rid of menthol cigarettes. Did you hear about this?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy that they're actually doing that, man.
Huh?
I'm actually happy that they're doing that because, you know, a menthol cigarette, like Cools, for an example of Cool cigarette, right? After you start smoking those for a while, the fiberglass gets into your system. They used to make filters with microparticles of fiberglass. They still do in Salem's, Newports. Oh, I'm a very anti-tobacco person. But, you know, the filters, look at exactly what they put into filters and what you have going into your body.
Mm-hmm.
And menthol is bad. That contains the highest amount of microfiberglass that you can put in. And people who used to smoke Cools, let's say, for 3 to 4 years, they started coughing up blood, man.
Mm-hmm.
From the fiberglass into their lungs.
You know, can I offer a little argument on that, Z, just for shits and giggles? But, you know, they got them addicted to them. They got everybody addicted to these cigarettes, whether they be menthol or red. I don't care which flavor you want. Anyway, then you're going to tell, you know, for the most part, the brothers smoke the menthol. I smoke them, but most black people like the menthols more than the regulars is all I mean. So why get them addicted to it and then pull it away from them?
Oh, it's like what they did with the pills, man. Think of Char's case. They prescribed her pills for X amount of years and they yanked them away. Well, that's what they did with menthol. They'll get you hooked on something. They'll yank it away until they can come out with something better to get you hooked on.
Right, because
More evil.
while I was taking those, I could push through. I could get stuff done that I needed to do. Just regular things that people take for granted. There were days where I crawled up a flight of stairs to my bed because I couldn't walk from my arthritis. But when they took all that away, the first thing they did is, here, have some steroids. Which, it was great. It masked everything, but now it's made me have other problems. The long term.
Look at prednisone. Prednisone is an evil drug. I pity anybody who ever takes prednisone. It is evil. It is very highly toxic to humans.
Mm-hmm.
See, people look at their doctor and they think their doctor is prescribing them something great. Haven't anybody ever seen the commercials on TV where they describe the drugs and then they go really fast and read through all the side effects and all the toxicity in the pills, right? My daughter, they prescribed my daughter a pill one time that if she went out in the sun, it could cause her to have a stroke and die.
Hmm.
And I went,
insane.
oh no, you're not taking that, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They've had me on chemo medicine that when I give myself the shot, I have to avoid sunlight for the longest time, or I would welt up.
Would you
And then
get-
it
have
messed
you
my
ever heard
stomach
this-
up, so now I got to take stomach pills to fix.
But
what
I
fucked
am
up my
proud of
stomach.
myself though, because when she told me that she, they cut her off on pills, I am proud of myself. I actually pushed her into fucking weed, man.
He did. He certainly
Because
did.
I'm telling you, between the Precise Tylenol and the Precise work jar, the Precise Tylenol, that right
yes,
there.
sir. Anybody
the
with
weed?
arthritis?
I'm telling you, because that Precise Tylenol is really nice. It may mask the pain for a little while, but it also helps, right?
Right.
There's nothing in that Tylenol, that Precise Tylenol, that will harm you.
Nope. There's no permanent cure, but even like Steve told me about Rick Simpson's oil, which is what this is.
Oh yeah, that shit's
RSO.
fucking awesome. Put a little dab underneath your
It's
tongue.
amazing the pain relief
Yeah,
that it
so
gives,
good.
but there's
And
no
that's-
high. There's no I'm fucked
No,
up. I'm
it's
gonna
not
do
a
something
drug.
Stupid. Nope.
It's
not at all.
it's the CBD from the plant.
Right.
Well, it's the CBG and CBD.
Combination. Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk so much.
No, you're fine.
Bro,
You're fine.
I'm so glad you're here, bro. I'm so glad you're here. Because all of this has to do with something that's very near and dear to your heart, and that's homelessness. And I know that about you because I've been a friend of yours for a little bit now, and you give a lot of to your local community. And I'm saying about that. That's the problem. In itself, you know what I mean? There's not
It is.
enough community interaction. There's not
Mhm.
enough. What really bothers me is these.
Empathy, Steve.
Everybody walks
How
through
about
with blind-
empathy? What
They
does
walk through with-
empathy, do you think, play a big role in this?
It
There
has
is no
to.
empathy. Yeah, because they walk through with blinders. If I don't look, I don't have to face it. I don't want to see what's going on over there. It's not real.
From
It
that
don't affect
viewpoint,
me.
yes, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'll just ignore it
Yeah.
and go into denial that there's a crisis.
What people don't realize is you can't hide from this one. You
Mm.
can't run from this one. You can't even, for the most part, you can't even buy your way out of this one. You got to make different plans. You got to have a different opportunities. You got to have different, I don't know what I'm saying, programs or something. You can't keep lying this old bullshit. It hasn't worked.
We're in
You
a
know, we got
society
homeless
now.
Man, we got hungry people. That's what really bothers me. I can't see in a country with this much food.
You know, and there are places in the U.S. where that if you feed a unhoused person or a hungry person, you can go into jail for up to 93 days and a $5,000 fine.
So they're punishing you to keep
see,
you
I
from
heard that was in
helping.
Florida too. I heard that
Mhm.
was in Florida too. I haven't checked the law, but I heard that was here.
Exactly, Berlinetta. The stuff they throw away, the things we could share.
Oh my God!
It's
They
like
were-
McDonald's. When McDonald's throw away all their burgers, they dye them all with blue dye now.
It's stupid.
I've seen 6 people break into the dumpsters just to get those burgers because they're starving. And when they eat the blue dye, they're almost dead anyways because that blue dye fucks them up real bad.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a comment on that too, Z, because a lot of that has to do with the lawyers involved, bro. Because the one time you could go behind the Walmart, you know what I mean, and find pizzas and shit inside the dumpsters or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? Now they lock the goddamn dumpsters because they say somebody sued them saying the
Somebody-
food was contaminated. Or you get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with this, my friend. you can't win for losing in some of these cases.
It's called greed, Steve. It's
Yeah.
called greed. It's called no empathy. It's called we. I'm sorry to say this, and I don't want to say this, but it's the truth. We are a very hateful fucking society at this
Mhm.
moment.
Ain't lying.
Yes, we are. I remember
Look
growing up
at-
in one of the neighborhoods I was in, we were behind a Safeway. And a guy and his family would come with a shopping cart and pick up all the day old bread that they'd throw in a dumpster. Who are they hurting?
Yep.
They're not hurting anybody.
But see, then the lawyers are afraid, well, this guy can turn around and sue me because I ate a piece of moldy bread.
Exactly.
That's right.
Oh God,
See,
the
this-
milk is curdled. If you can't tell that when you drink it, then that's, hey. But yeah,
Why not make
Nobody
it
wants-
easier? Why not make it a lot easier? You know what I mean? If you know the food is bad, sure you throw it in the dumpster. But there's a lot of that food they throw away that's just it's not.
it's just a date on it. It's not expired. It's not bad. Not yet.
It's just a day.
Right.
And somebody.
But like he said with the greed, instead of letting somebody take it, and that would be my outlook on it. If you go into a dumpster, you're taking it at your own risk. Well, if you're starving, I think a lot of people's going to take that risk. Let's be honest.
You damn right.
Crackers, cereal, whatever, bread, meats and stuff. People would have enough about them not to eat the meat, but still.
Well, that's just
They
like
don't even
farms,
want to have
Sean.
an
You got these farms that will create
Mm-hmm.
produce, and there'll be half of the produce is bent or don't look pretty. There's something with it where you can't sell it in the store.
Right.
Why don't they take all that?
That's a lie.
Why don't
Just-
they take all that from all the farmers and process it into food?
So it's like McDonald's burgers, right? They say after 2 hours, you're supposed to take those and toss them in the trash because the bacteria growth just like triples in it, right? That's a lie.
That's a
That's
lie.
a fucking lie because an unrefrigerated burger you can leave out for up to 24 after 24 hours. I probably wouldn't eat it, but up to 24 hours old, it is so good. Look at people, and this is a good example. You go to McDonald's, you order a Big Mac, you take it home, you set it in your car, right? Maybe it's an hour ride home. That bag's still sitting in the car. You're taking burgers home to your family. That shit's like 3 to 4 hours old. Some of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're eating it.
I mean,
And
fries.
yet they say
I mean,
they got
French
thrown
fries,
away
I
after
mean,
2 hours. Really?
Well, think about the stuff that's sitting there with the heat lamp on it. You can't tell me every one of them has been caught and tossed in the trash. I'm sorry. I would
No.
not go to a fast food place and go, I bet this was fresh. Bitch just took it right off the grill and slapped it down for me. No.
That's why I don't eat at Burger Death or Mickey
Right.
D's. I don't eat at those places.
Right.
I won't eat at a fast food place. I refuse.
Well, look, what is it? Several of the different stuff they showed, people would sit there and put it in a jar or something and show you. And after so many months and months, the damn thing hadn't changed one bit. Didn't rot or
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
And my thing is you pay people to do the most stupidest fucking things at some jobs, right? Why can't you have the guy that's sitting on his ass waiting for the mow the lawn or some shit that you hired to have a little stand so when you have a burger that's 2 hours old, go out back. If you're in a homeless area, open that area up. But you can't do that. You know why? Do you know why? Because they didn't fucking pay for it. They're not making a profit, and they're going to get sued.
And it's going to get thrown away either way. So why? Greedy, greedy, greedy.
That's right. It's all greed. It's
Mm-hmm.
all greed. Nobody wins in this game
Mm-mm.
except the richer. You know. But
And
I
there's
really
lots of
appreciate
things
y'all
like
doing
that.
this
Like
with me
we,
today, man.
oh, sure, sure.
It's awesome.
We've even talked before about like it's like the old schools and shopping centers, stuff like that could be used to house people.
See, but then you can't put gold leaf in the White House, right? You're robbing people. Sure, you're robbing the rich people. Now stop it.
I don't know,
With
man.
your fucking Robin Hood, rob from the rich, give to the poor. They'll hang you for that now.
Right?
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding, my friend. It's
It's
not like it
you
used
know.
to be.
I'm sorry. The White House needs a fucking golden ballroom, like right, like. I don't even want to say what I want to say because it's just evil. But I am telling you, when he cut all look at the shelters. The shelters are barely surviving now. The states don't have any money to give them because guess what the government did? See, but
Mm-hmm.
now they want to take Medicare, old people's Medicare, right? Check this out, Char. They're testing 6 states with a new Medicare model to where your insurance is going to increase 283%, but you'll be fully covered.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Oh, there'll still be copays. Oh, yeah.
There'll be copays up the ass, and you won't be
Hey,
able to
Black
see the
Watch, what's
doctor
up, buddy?
because of the copay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Char. I apologize
No,
so much.
you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
I just saw Black Watch down there. He's always a fun character to be around. So I just want to holler. Oh,
Well,
there
he's
he
just
is. He's
at the-
coming in.
Yeah, he sure is. I'm waiting for him to load totally.
Nice.
Oh, now we get a blind ass bitch up here, man.
Okay, do you
Oh,
want to leave your
sorry.
camera on? I can see you. I can pull you up. You want your camera on or off, Black Watch?
Oh, show me Black Watch, please.
Black Watch,
It's bad though, brother. I know what you mean with everything.
It's
but the
bad,
movement-
Steve. It is bad.
Bro, I know, my brother, and a lot of me wants to.
Oh, he disconnected.
Yeah.
Shoot.
You can't. There's no rash or reason, or what's the rhyme or reason behind some of this?
There's
stuff,
not.
bro. So, my big focus is, like I said, the homeless people. And, it's not hard just to say hello to somebody.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And sometimes, boy, that would have gave me a lot of hope if somebody would have just took this time to say hello to me.
And it did
that
for
kind
you.
of stuff means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess
know.
we're having a connection issue because now he's. Oh, there he's
See
back.
that?
Okay, he's back.
Oh, there's 2 of him.
Hey, kick the other one, will you?
I just did.
All right.
I like kicking out.
Oh, yeah. Well, Starlink just set up a new satellite. They're transitioning everything over. So I may not, my signal may be off. Well, my signal's been off, but, my signal's off.
And Black Watch, if you want to try to come back up, you're more than welcome. I just didn't know if you wanted your camera left off.
Steve, I want to make one more comment to you, and then
Please.
I promise I'll shut up. When the Crip helped you, right? You got to understand, and people need to know this. Not all of them have a choice. If you live in the projects, you either become a Crip, Blood, whatever gang is controlling that part of the projects. If you don't, imagine what your life is like. Your life is on a razor's edge.
I know, brother.
So you don't have choices sometimes.
Mm-mm.
It just, for me, it was just like, seeing something that wasn't, people say is I wouldn't believe it if I wasn't there. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? I would not believe what I saw if I didn't live it myself. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you, Carol.
And
Thank you
there's
so
so much
much.
more
We're glad to
that
have
you
you.
know, if you decide to do more later, whatever we do, you can go into more of what it was like to struggle on the daily being homeless and what you had to
Oh
do, what you had
yeah.
to find, because that's something that a lot of us need to be aware of. It is one step away from many of us. Many of us.
Well, they say one paycheck, right? We've always heard that one paycheck away from being homeless, and
Yeah.
you're right, Char. And the struggle, when you're in the struggle like that, uh, everything's a struggle. Everything's a struggle. You know, it's just, and that's why I have a lot of, I guess, sympathy, empathy, whatever you want to call it, for the homeless communities, because when you've lived that life one time, you know that you know you don't want it, but
Mm-mm.
sometimes it's all you got. You know, it's all you got.
And we can't automatically assume that it's always a drug addict. It's always
That's
a
true.
criminal. We don't
That's
know
true.
what they've gone through.
I met a
And it's
man who
easy. It's easy.
I met a real nice old man that was homeless, man. He was just the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. His wife was killed by a drunk driver,
Mm,
and that's what made him homeless, you know. And it made sense to me after hearing it. You know, I was like,
right?
damn, that's the worst story I ever heard, you know. But, you know, he managed the strength to keep going every day. And it's hard, you know, when you don't have a car, you know, when you don't have wheels, you know, you don't have nothing over your head but a tent, maybe, if you're lucky to have that, you know, people think it's easy. It's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
You know, it's tough. In Southeast DC, you hear me talk about that a lot because I like going there, right? It's called the TDC gang. They're like a, a splinter off what a Crip or a Blood would be, right?
Okay.
And they control from Berry all the way to 14th Street. All right, they control
Okay.
that area, and those people, believe it or not, some of them are the nicest people because we'll do pop up meetings there, right? Which we're
Mm,
not allowed to do anymore. That's illegal now. We cannot go there and do pop ups, right? But these gang members would come out and help us set up and help us pass out food and keep security around us because sometimes you do get crazy individuals who come up that are not right. It's not that's not really their fault, but they're not correct, and they will try to harm you or they'll flip the tables, you know. But the gang members used to come and do security for us and keep people at bay, you know, and orderly them through the line. And these were gang members, gang fucking members that were like the Crips and the Bloods, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
knew that we were there to help their community, to help them.
True that. True that. And that's all it takes, man. You know, we all need a little hope.
yeah, we sure do.
You know,
And I'm telling you, I
live
used to go
in
in
a world
areas
where
the police won't go. And that's a
I
shame.
know all
You know,
about
Steve,
that, bro.
there are certain areas the
Yes.
cops will go in, and why? Why won't they? Because they'll get shot. That's why.
Hmm.
Well,
We need to fix us. We need to stop putting gold leaf and everything else and fucking building this extravagancy in DC. We need to take that money and reinvest in America. We need to reinvest in inner cities. We need to help us
Yeah, we need
before
to
we
help
help
our own.
anybody else.
Absolutely.
Agreed. And that's a good way to attack it. You know, the problem I see is Z and Char is they're trying to push everybody into these little groups. You know, I mean, when you get into little groups, what do you have in groups? Anytime you have a group, what do you have? You have problems.
Yes.
You put 4 or more people together, somebody's gonna be an asshole in the group. You know what I mean? And there's gonna be problems. And there's no different with homeless people. You put 400 of them in the area, and then expect them all not to have problems. It don't work like that. It don't work like
And
that. Go ahead.
And if you think shelters are wonderful and kind and sweet and great places to sleep, I defy anybody that's in chat, listening, or anywhere, spend 48 hours in a shelter. Let's see how sweet and wonderful, kind, and loving you see it is. You'll get robbed. You'll get beaten. You'll get fucking robbed. You'll get raped. Do you know how many women get raped in fucking shelters every day?
You're right, Z. You're right. You're dead on target. And this is the big problem, the war that we're trying to combat as a nation. And the way people are going about it is not the right way. You know what I mean? That's the only word I can think of. Some people want to put them in jail. Some people want to do this. Some people want to do that. I've heard it all, man. I've heard every bit of it. But putting them in jail is not offering the opportunity.
Carl mentioned the Red Cross. So there's a video out of the Red Cross from a Red Cross worker who have lock boxes. I've never understood this, right? They don't deposit in the bank, but there's lock boxes. They have the Red Cross on top. That's filled with stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of money.
Yeah.
Blackwatch, it's not showing me you connecting, so that's why I haven't pulled you up. It's just sitting there.
Come on, Blackwatch, get your shit together, man.
I like the Red Cross. They do help some people. I like Catholic Charities. They help some people. I like most of the charities. They help some.
I used to like Wounded Warriors. I was a big Wounded Warriors fan. I even went down and snorkeled with a guy in Puerto Rico from Wounded Warriors. But you know what? The damn
there we go.
CEO or whatever you want to call him of the Wounded Warriors is making $10 million a year. Now I don't know about you, but
okay, Blackwatch, I'm going to pull you up.
Okay, I can't find the camera thing.
No, you're fine. It's now letting me see that you have a camera and mic. I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Sorry,
hey,
Steve.
kill your camera, Blackwatch.
I can't shut the camera off. It's not giving me that page. I don't know.
Well, it's just showing the ceiling. Don't worry about it.
You good, man?
It's all right. That's because you're blind. It's all right, man. We understand.
You got good.
You're right, though, Carol. It needs to go to the right organizations, and some of them aren't.
But look at the Red Cross. Look at how much the CEO of that makes. Look at how much the top guy in Catholic Charity makes. Look, and these people who run these foundations. For an example, I know the Clinton Foundation out there. They have a foundation for underprivileged people, right? But their foundation head, like what Steve said, makes $10-12 million a year.
And that's donations, Z. You know what I'm talking about. That's donation money.
It's
You know,
called
you
let's pay
can't-
our
you can't-
CEO first, and whatever's left, we give to the people.
we
which
give
is
to
crazy.
the-
It should have never been that way.
that
That's
makes
not the
no
point.
sense.
Mm-mm.
That makes no sense. You know.
They
you-
opened up a little place out here in Maryland, just outside of Hyattsville. I don't know if you know about it, Char. It's just a little giveaway place where you can drop off clothes, you drop off dishes or flatware or whatever you have, right? And it's a donation. And when the people walk in, because it's in the poverty section of Hyattsville, right? They can come in and they can take stuff that they need for themselves, blankets, clothes, and they've had so many people come in for work clothes.
Yes.
And people, and I donated, some Temu stuff because Temu's cheap. Well, it used to be cheap, but Temu's cheap, right? I can order a pallet of shit for a quarter of the cost that I can at Walmart.
But this is for people who don't have anything. So what is wrong with
Right.
that? There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Underwear,
Because
socks,
you're
whatever.
you're enabling them, Chuck.
No, you're
Enabling.
not. I disagree with that. I disagree.
There's a
And
lot.
that's what I've been told. Go ahead, Blackwatch.
You feed a hungry man, that's not enabling. Go ahead, Blackwatch. I apologize.
I'm just saying there's a lot of like up here Salvation Army thrift stores. There's a lot of people, particularly single, younger guys that, they get track pants there. They get, a good pair of jeans. I mean, wasn't for the Sally Ann up here, I don't know how a lot would get by day to day.
Well, when I first moved in this area, we had hospice thrift stores.
Yeah.
And I would take stuff to them because I knew that they were supposed to give it to people in need.
Yeah.
It wasn't a matter of making the dollars and all that, but they took them away. They're all gone.
Yeah, because
Did you say hospice?
Hospice.
Well, anybody that's on hospice is near death, right? So they
I
probably could recycle the materials, man. So, it's like a revolving door, Char.
I understand that, but at the time, just the thought that my clothes was going there, somebody was getting use out of it,
yeah.
or so I thought. Put it that way.
Did you hear the recent stuff overnight from District of Columbia? I watched this channel. I'm not going to say who it is. Number of lawyers. They actually expanded to Angus. What's his name? Somebody Angus up here in Canada. The Gestapo down there went into refugee hostels and took away 600 children, had them on the plane until the activists got to the federal court.
To Guatemala.
Mm-hmm. The Guatemala one, yeah. And now they're hit with, because of the kids and their welfare and the torture, they're hit with child trafficking charges if it proves of it. Isn't that cool?
So they also detained over 40 firefighters fighting an active fire.
Yeah, they
They
took two of them.
did check. Yeah.
They took two of them out. It's Midas Touch, though, listen to. But anyway.
So my question is, and that brings us to part of the problem, as what Steve was saying.
Yeah.
Now look at what's happening to us, right? How can you give empathy when there is no empathy in America to give? Nobody's giving any. Everybody's blaming you for being part of the problem because you're helping somebody. Or, they're downgrading you for caring. Everybody needs, underwear and socks and fucking toiletries and shit like that, right? How would they feel if they didn't have it?
Exactly. And then you also have too, which I hate to admit, people who use it, who scam and grift.
Yeah.
And they ruin it for the people that need it.
I did agree with people who get food assistance if they are able to work and they are not disabled, then they should actually volunteer their time to help get food assistance. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with working for what you get, But some of these people, as I say, work full-time jobs. They get paid. They get money in their hands, right? They just can't find a place to live.
Right.
Yeah. There are just so many Walmart greeters, right? That's where a lot of them go. Up here, a lot of them retire, and they, whether it's trades or whatever, and they meet you, and you're looking for a snowblower, well, this is the one I use, and this one's on sale, and, and all this stuff. But I got to say, because of the way I sound, I don't come down on old people for obvious reasons, right? Because, Citizen Z is, kind of past 21 and stuff like that. But, what's his name is getting TIAs and everything. How are you supposed to feel sorry for a man like that? You know what I mean? Like, my God, 600 children. And he's responsible. I don't give a shit about what's his name, Stephen Miller or anybody else. At the end of the day, the buck stops in the Oval Office. And same up here. The buck stops with the Prime Minister. He takes the shit. But I can't feel sorry for that man.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Steve, I have a question for you, though. After Black Watch is done, I want to ask you a question.
I yield, as they say. Go ahead.
I don't get it.
Steve, this might be personal, but I'm going to ask you this question anyways. When you get hooked on your pills, right? Was that before you went into the service or after? You can't hear me?
Would you lose your sound?
Can you hear me? Sure.
I can hear you. Yeah. Steve, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Where'd Steve go?
This happened to him
thank
earlier,
you.
too. There you go. We
There
can
you
hear
go.
you. Can you hear us now?
So my question to you is, you said that you had a pill addiction, right? Was that before or after you went into the service?
After.
Right. And did you go to the VA? Were you being treated by the VA?
Yeah.
That explains everything, because the VA only wants to just band-aid you. There is no real help. I know. I've seen it. I'm not a military veteran. I am not. I've never served one day in the military because I had up my career just didn't point that way.
Sure.
But I've noticed more and more people, and there are a lot of unhoused homeless vets, right? Homeless vets that served our country for these fucking fucked up wars that are homeless in DC. And when they go to the VA for treatment, they give them pills and more pills and more pills and more pills. And that is half the problem. And Steve, I'm sorry that the VA did that to you. They should be held responsible and sued.
Yeah, but on that point, doctors are handcuffed. I had a couple of good ones in my life, the one before coming here, like my big brothers, literally. But at the end of the day, if I said, ginseng from the CNCs or whatever the store is, he'd probably say, well, if you're doing good, that's good. But he can't prescribe something off a given list. They can't, not up here. Their hands are tied.
Well, up here.
They're not tied in the USA, man.
Yeah.
Blame the upper echelon that regulates, drugs, medicine, medical treatment. Those are the rules, and they can't do anything about it. Other than say, geez, if you're feeling better, we'll send you for a blood test, make sure you're not overdue. But outside of that, they can't open their mouth. Or we have the Royal College of Physicians of Ontario, CPS code, the Canadian Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario. They regulate it. They're not really a part of the government. They can take your license away and fine you.
Thank you, Barlinetta.
So they're stuck. They prescribe off a given list, and they can't tell you otherwise. So I'm sure it's the same in the States. mind you, I've heard of the VA being very bad. I've heard of them. There's one guy in Dallas, he's in all kinds of pain and everything else. And they got one of the guys to drive him, to his medical appointment. Try to get that if you're alone, right? See? What if you were alone? You couldn't afford the Uber and you didn't have family. But the VA, it did. Somebody, volunteer, whatever, drove them around. But I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of horror stories.
Yeah. We don't take care of them, and we should have took care of them for all they've done. It's just wrong.
To me, Vietnam started it. Then it went into Korea. Then it went, all the rest of them. They just.
27 veterans commit suicide every day.
Yeah.
27.
And that's yours, but we had them. I mean, you didn't do Afghanistan alone. There's a lot of British men that lost their lives or screwed themselves up over there. So it wasn't,
Brian, somebody wants to meet you. This is Brian Berlinetta. Say hi to Berlinetta. Lean down so she can see you. We're only seeing
Lean
your
down
chest.
so she see you, man. Get over here. He being shy now all of a sudden. That's a lady named Berlinetta.
They're still only seeing your hand, but okay. But I do want to. I don't mean to interrupt. I know that we set a said time there, Steve, and I don't know where you're at on it. I think we're getting close to it, but you
Okay.
decide what you want to do, and we're going to do this more. We're gonna have more of these, and it's going to cover whatever we need to.
I would love to do that. I would love to have more positive podcasts or whatever you call these. To because we've all had some fun times in our life. But sometimes we get on here and we only have time to talk about something negative. I'd like to, if you don't mind, I'd like to start having it to where we can actually start sharing some of those good stories. Some of the
Absolutely.
stories where you messed up, slipped on your face, but somehow you got up and laughed it off, and now you can look back on it and laugh. That's the biggest part.
So stories like when I got arrested in Iceland for pissing on a goldfish in the outside pond because I was drunk on moonshine from the Greek neighbors, stuff like that, where I spent 2 days in jail.
I
That's
absolutely
perfect, Robin.
think everybody. That's right. You heard about how
Right.
he swam and he swam all over the dam. He did, right in the
Well,
pit.
no, I did, man. They have an outside fountain in Iceland, right? That's stocked with like carp and goldfish and shit. Well, I was fucking drunk off my ass. I don't drink really. And I never had this stuff before. And the Greek neighbor said, hey, try this. Well, I was trashed, right? He gave me the whole jar. I still had like half the jar left, right? And I had to go to the bathroom. I was walking in downtown Reykjavik, right? Down near Rainbow Road. And I just whipped it out. I thought it was an outside toilet. But the jails there are awesome. You get a full bed. You get free Wi-Fi. You get TV. You get good food. So it was a break. My wife looked.
Wait a minute. Wait. I had one of my imaginary friends just back check you. Now I looked up Iceland. They have a penis museum. They have a
Yes, they do.
district, but they have no redneck district. You want to change your
No,
story?
they don't. And do you know that they have no homeless either?
And that's amazing.
That's why they have.
Well, there's only 359,000 people in the country.
Maybe that's why they have those outdoor goldfish fountains. That's where all the people are staying. That's why you got arrested. You pissed on somebody. That's golden showers. No way. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
So
Z thought he was a fountain, and he's not. That's what that is.
I wouldn't believe you, Z. I'm one of them.
Hey, Steve, I have something fun, though, that I would like to tell you. I am making an animation about the 10-acre woods with Winnie the Pig, and this is a character here. This is Ripper. That's supposed to be Tigger, right? This
Whoa.
is Ripper.
Damn.
And so The first episode I'm working on is where they're going to gut Eeyore and roast him over a campfire.
Oh my god.
Nice. That is-
Tasty Vittles.
You got such great talent, Z. I'm so amazed to have you as a friend. Thank you.
And Steve, you could always make the songs if he was busy doing all the.
And
Yeah.
Shar inspired me to do this.
Oh no, that's not a good sign. Poor thing.
And Shar is in the cartoon.
Oh no.
Does Ripper have an oak-fired smoker accessory?
Well, Ripper is Tigger. You know how you have
Right.
Tigger and Winnie the Pooh? Well,
To
this
jack
is
up.
Ripper and the 10-acre woods.
Don't
And
you dare hurt
wow.
Bruno or you're in
Okay.
trouble.
As Carol put, T.I. double grr.
And for Christopher Robin,
Oh
right?
no.
I have him as Jack the Ripper.
Couldn't he be Rachel?
Fantastic, brother.
You're not
I
right.
will let you know, Shar, you are in this. But
I'm
I'm,
afraid-
sorry. You
I'm
at the end though, you die and get 8, but you are in this.
I make it to the end and then I die. Yay.
Because you're the cat. I will
Oh,
let you know.
no.
You're the cat. But you're not this type of cat. You're a fucked up cat.
Oh, well, it's only natural. We wanted to be honest. Well, Steve, thank you for letting us talk to you today, man. I appreciate it.
Hey,
And
I appreciate it. It was a load off my mind.
Oh, we're
and
done
just,
already?
share it with
Man.
somebody. Oh, we can
Yeah, are
stay.
you
I'd
going
love
live?
to stay.
Poor Z, somebody pat his shoulder.
Not at all. I don't mind staying. I just didn't want to hold people up for too long.
no.
We're done.
Chocolate milk.
Wow.
Are you going live, Z?
No,
Well,
I thought you were staying live and we were going to have a
I thought
nice,
we did.
healthy discussion on this.
What's right here?
We're here.
Yeah,
We
this
can
is
do it.
great, man. I'm enjoying it. I appreciate y'all coming, man. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. I
but,
didn't know if
you
you,
know,
How
had.
do we change this, Steve? You tell me in today's environment. And here's a good question for you because you said
Yeah.
that there was questions that we could ask. I have a question for you. How do we change the environment? How do we fix this?
We got to stop identifying homeless as to start with. I would think we got to stop thinking about homeless as the criminal. You know what I mean? I know it don't fit right, but just because you're homeless don't make you a criminal. And sometimes that's a very big distinction because some of these people have, as you know, mental illness. You know, some of them have drug addiction, like I had. Some of them just are lost, man. They're just lost. And there's a lot of us like that have gone through something hard. You know, lose a like I was telling you earlier with my friend. You know, his wife got hit by a drunk driver.
So how do we get people to have empathy?
Oh, now that's a good one. That's a good one. They got to. That's a very good question, Z. That's a very good question. Until it affects your own backyard, people don't think about
Right. Right.
it. You know,
Until it
people-
happens to you, do you understand?
Do you really understand what it's like? And
How do we stop all the hate? How do we stop the racism? How do we stop the stereotypical feelings of, oh my God, that's a homeless person. He's the scum of the fucking earth. Oh my God, I'm going to get diseases from him. How do we stop this and go back to being an American society who fucking cared about one another?
Who
Look
had
at World War
compassion?
II. World War II brought us together. We were empathic, right? Now it's gone. We are at each other's throats. And I blame the government for almost all of it. But I'm just saying, we need to bring the empathy back. But how? When these people are so filled with hate from the time they wake up in the morning all day long until the time they go to bed, and all they want to do is pick on people, make fun of people, stereotype people. How do we change that perspective, Steve? That is the question I need to know.
I got an idea, and it's the same up here. No political affiliation when you're practicing empathy. You are just a fellow human being.
I don't think political affiliation has much to do with this, though. You know what I mean? I mean,
Oh, come on. Haven't
when
you
it comes
heard
to
from Steve?
no, come on, Black Watch. When you boil down to it, racism isn't a political thing.
Mm-mm.
Well, it can be. You know, I hear what you're saying with
You
that.
know? Racism is a political thing. It's just a stupidity thing.
Well, it is in
You
a
know?
way. It's kind of like I'm better than you because whether filling
I have white skin, you have black skin.
That's right.
We
And they
both
want to make a
bleed.
big deal out of it.
Yeah, we both bleed. So what about it?
We both
We
bleed
can
red.
die.
We
Mhm.
both eat food. We
Mhm.
both shit. We both breathe air. We both see with two eyeballs.
we both
Just
love
that
I'm
my
not a big
skin
fan
color
of-
is black and your skin color is white. It should not make a fucking difference in
Nope.
this entire world what color you are.
Not at all.
We are all human.
Well, let me ask you a question, if I could. You know, let's talk about the rebel flag for just a moment, if we could. Just the context of it. Like for me, I'm from Mississippi, so I see it a little different than what most people see it. Okay, let me just start by saying I'm not gonna tell you how I see it yet, but I do. And my question to you is, when people fly that flag, is that a symbol of what is that? What are they trying to say? You know what I mean? What are they trying to say, bro?
Well, they could be proud that they're from the South.
Mhm.
They could be remembering history, right? Because I don't agree with all these fucking yahoos tearing down history, like the statues and everything else. I don't agree with that shit. Yes, we owned slaves,
I don't
but
either.
who were the first slave owners ever in America? It was a black guy, right? He was the first slave owner. But you know,
Right.
I'm just saying that I don't care about the symbol of the fucking flag. I care about what's inside you. What is that person like on the inside? You could be
True
the
that.
best on the outside that you want to be, but if your inside is ugly, then you're fucking ugly.
You're fucking trashed, ugly. That's the most important part, bro. And you're absolutely right, Z. I wish I had an answer to where we could all fucking spend some time and go back and these little petty fucking stereotypes we got in our head that lead to racism or lead to fucking miscommunication, whatever you want. We all need to be in check with that shit.
The
You
only
know, we
thing
really do. I mean, go ahead.
I was
Go
going
ahead,
to say, the
Sean.
only thing that in my mind is I'm going to keep pushing this point of view, and I might be cut off at the jump. Some might listen, some may not. But to me,
Right.
I have to try, because I'm not going to sit back
That's
and
fair.
just be quiet and say, "Oh, well, that's what everybody thinks it is," and I'm not going to let you know the difference. We need to learn, like with the history. If we don't know about it, how can we change and better ourselves?
Oh, you're right, Char. I forgot. I got so caught up in my own story that I forgot what I was going to say. You're right, Char. But see, like for me, the rebel flag never meant anything. You know what
Right.
I mean? It
Mhm.
was such a vague thing. I mean, I had black friends running around the field while we were drinking beer and having these fucking fireballs and running with their rebel flag. Never thought nothing about it. But then you got these other people that try to put something on it. You know, they try to.
Right.
You can see they're trying to. You know what I mean? And
They're trying
I
to
don't
make
know.
there be sides. They're trying to divide.
Yeah.
And maybe because
and
we don't
I'm just
understand, like if you explain your situation, what it meant to you, that it wasn't anything
Yeah.
threatening. It was just whatever it is.
But you know,
But we
Sean,
are
now
all
that-
slaves to the system.
Oh, absolutely. We
Oh,
all
Every
yeah,
single
you're
one of
right.
us is a slave.
every one of us.
Mhm.
You
Every
don't
one.
work, you don't pay rent, you live on the street. You don't work, you don't pay electric, you don't got lights. You don't work, you don't have food. You don't work, you don't have anything.
That's right.
Or if you do work and you don't make enough, you still have nothing. We are
Right.
still slaves. We must obey the master. And to me, the masters are the judges. The judges tell you what you can do, when you can do it, how you can do it, who you can do it to. They control every aspect of your life.
But the present situation, particularly there, disproves what you're saying. Trump controls the judges.
No, he doesn't, because there is many that has ruled against him, and he just doesn't care, Black Watch. There is, as he stated, he is the president. He can do what he wants when he wants. He is the ultimate authority in the land.
More specifically, the Supreme Court. That's the problem when a president can appoint a judge. He can stack it. Just saying.
But see, this isn't about politics. This is about empathy. And we need empathy. We need unity. We need to come together and get our fucking heads out of our asses as a people in this country, if we love it so much, to help fix this, not harm it, not set up checkpoints, not razor tents, not starve people, not make old people freeze or eat fucking cat food. We need to come together as a people, one nation, to do this.
Do you think? Go ahead, Black Watch. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know that woman I talk about that I have a trouble leaving? Bonnie's in she won't say exactly where in Texas. A few lives ago, she did one that took me back and was basically, there's George, he's in Michigan. And he came up, there was a guy that came up defending MAGA more or less. Are you saying we shouldn't rope up the homeless and all this? And they're saying exactly, and what George said was, you should hear it, just what you said, see? Don't categorize us. I haven't seen who you're talking about. We are all one. We are human beings. I don't care if you're black, white, green. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. We got to come together. We got to love one another. That's what he said. It was a shocking kind of like, holy shit moment, right? Where it was clarity on what has to be done, particularly down there, but it's true anywhere. We're all one. Understand, we're all one. And the only way that we're going to do it is come together as human beings and care about things and damn the politicians and the ones that try to divide us.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, Blackwell. You know, I think about that all the time. We all get down here and we always talking about it in political thing around here too. You know.
So you ask about the rebel flag. What does Robert E. Lee mean to you, Steve?
Nothing.
What does Andrew Jackson mean to you? What does any of the Southern leaders mean?
Nothing.
Because,
To
you
me.
know, people blame the South for all the slavery. But people forget there was slavery in the North, too.
Yeah. But if what's his way, he'll rewrite history, which shocks me. You know, I think James Smithson must be rolling in his grave saying, I picked the wrong country to establish my museum in. Which James Smithson, by the way, never went to the United States, but his money created a Smithsonian. But I don't, he's a British.
In my opinion, see, this is just my opinion, okay? And This is going to sound like the stupidest thing I've ever said, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think the only way we're going to have empathy and come back together as a nation, like really a nation as people, because we're so divided.
Mhm.
Everybody's everywhere, and it don't matter if you're in Canada, North America. Everybody's got their own thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound really fucked up, but either we need an alien incursion, or we need a motherfucking God himself to step down here and start talking to somebody. You know what I mean?
You know,
I don't
and war is not the answer. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Look at what we're doing. We're going to war. We're in wars. We're shooting rockets at people that we hit. Why can't we just mind our own fucking business?
That's what
We
we
are
should.
not
That's a
the
good
world's
idea.
police. We are not this supreme being, right? Everybody prays to God. I may not believe in it, but I'm going to say it's a God complex, right? Where we rule the world. Well, we can't rule our own backyard. How are we going to rule the fucking world?
We can't even keep our own front yard clean. How
We
the
can't.
fuck?
Yeah, we can't take care of our own. Hell no.
No.
Mm-mm.
We can't take care of our own people, man. You know, it's disgrace. You know, it's real disgrace that we can't keep
You
the
know-
people on and on. And as you said something earlier, Z, about working for the food. You know what I mean? And I get what you're saying. I got what you were saying when you said it. But my viewpoint is like food, man. Think about it. Food?
Yeah,
should be free, bro.
volunteering.
We should be able to just walk out here and get whatever, at the market. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong.
See, I'm on the fence on that because I'm talking about food assistant programs. Like you get these,
Yeah, I know.
I don't know
know
what
what
they're
you mean.
called, food coupons or whatever the hell you
Mhm,
get,
food,
right?
Yeah, the food banks
Right.
and stuff.
And you know, not from the food banks. I'm not talking
The
about
cards,
that. The thing that you pay for when you go to the grocery store.
EBT
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Yeah.
Whatever it's called, right? Well, anyways, if they were giving you, let's say for a family of four, $2,000 a month, and this food assistance, right? Volunteering
Right.
15 hours a week out of you just sitting at home. I said for non-working people
Right.
and
I agree.
non-disabled
I agree.
people.
I agree. Okay, I just want to clarify that because I didn't understand what you said before, and I was wondering about that. I was like, because food seems like such a basic thing, man. It's like
Yeah.
I know it can't be free.
Personally,
but
I
know
think
it-
that there should be UBI. We should have UBI.
Yeah.
And I know it's a liberal point of view, but it would curb the homeless. We should set up tiny houses in all cities. We should give UBI. We should have them make them work for their home, just like what Detroit does. After
Yep.
7 years, you own your home and you pay a mortgage and you
Yep.
work for that money that you get. You have your home. You get food, you get electric, you get all the amenities, right? That you
Right.
need to live.
And by
You know,
you
Silver
volunteering-
Diamond is a YouTuber on here. I love her to death. She's in California. She lives in a tiny home, and her home is gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful? They got some nice ones, man. They got some nice ones.
I wanted to do that. They wanted to charge me $1.4 million, not only for the property, for the tiny homes. You had to jump through, but you had to have testing on site. You had to have fucking almost. It was like checking into a concentration camp, is what they wanted to set up.
and they knew that would deter you from the get go. Over with, done. Job
They don't
secure.
like me anyways because I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care. You put your pants on one leg at a time, just like I do, and I don't give a shit if you're fucking God who come down and looked at me and told me to stop, because in my mind, you ain't telling me what to do. I am a free person, and if you don't like it, well, kiss my ass and write your congressman.
I heard that. But yeah, food is such a for me. It's such a well, it's a
It's a
necessity, man.
necessity.
It's a fucking
See, it's a
necessity.
necessity. But see, if you're not disabled and
I
you are
get it.
not working and you are sitting at home collecting these food benefits so that you
Right.
can eat, right? At
Correct.
least you can do is 15 hours a week. That's nothing. In my
Right,
life, I worked 80, 90 hours a week, right?
right,
For
right.
food. So
Yeah, you're
volunteering,
right.
and
You're right.
you're volunteering for helping people.
But you're getting out of it, and that's the whole thing. That's
And
that's
you're
why I couldn't
getting
even.
back 2 grand in food stamps to feed your family. And what
You're
is
right.
wrong with
You're right.
There's
volunteering?
not, but people don't do it like they used to. I know I did when I
You're
was
right,
young.
bro. You're right. You're right. You're right. That
We all
that
get
was
old,
tough.
Charlie. You can't go forever. Got to pass to the next generation, right?
And there should be an age cap on it too. Like if you're above 65, you don't have to do it no more. You've
Right.
already, you got to think of some of the elderly people. Look at me, right? I'm 78. I may not look it, but I am because I feel it every fucking day. Every day I get out of bed, I'm in pain, right? I don't bitch. I don't complain. I don't do nothing about that. I look at age as just a fucking number, right? But if you're elderly, like some of these people who are like 65, 66 years old, some of these people are in homes, man, and they're
Hmm.
really elderly, or they live on cat food and dog food.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 70s, it was a big thing for elderly people to be eating Purina cat food out of the fucking can, and people made jokes about it. How would you like to eat fucking cat food?
I'll give you a real life. My wife's ex-wife has been in 4 years. I don't think she's got much longer. 25 people. You know what the budget for food is? 12 grand a year. You do the math of what
For
they
one,
fed.
F-35 jet, one,
Hmm.
we could feed 100,000 homeless individuals for 1 year out of one F-35 jet.
That
You
seemed
know,
like a good
and
investment.
these people who mock people because they may have nothing, right? They may eat cat food, dog food, whatever, right? I would love, and this is just me being me, to take that can of cat food and shove it down the mocking person's throat
Yeah.
and make them eat it. Man, because I'm evil when it comes to that. I have no empathy towards evil people.
Mm-mm.
None.
There's no reason for it.
One thing I
I
find,
hate people who hate people.
yeah,
Because we are a people, right? I don't care if you're black, brown, I don't care if you come from Venezuela, I don't care if you come from Somalia, I don't give a fuck if you come from the Philippines or anywhere, right? If you need a hand, how do I know that person is stereotyped as a fucking terrorist, right? All Iranian people are terrorists. How the fuck do you know that? How many fucking Iranians have they met?
Right.
yeah,
How
but
do I know that? I have never met one. So I can't tell you yes or no. I can't tell you whether they hate me or not. Because my ideology is far from normal. My ideology is we need to help people. We need to fix this homeless problem. We need to help these addicts out here. We need to stop the flow of drugs in America. And we need to stop people from fucking promoting it. Doctors writing prescriptions for it. The government making us be addicts to get services. It's wrong.
yeah. But there goes the religious aspect again, doesn't it, Z? You don't
I
believe
don't give a fuck about God. I don't care about religion.
But
That's
it
just
comes
praying
into
to some invisible Santa Claus in the sky.
it comes into it from both sides. I'd argue the point. You know, I worship Mohammed. You worship Jesus. You know what I mean? There's always that undertow, and therefore, if Hamas starts, you're all Hamas. You know what I mean?
But you know something? You can worship Allah. You can worship God. You can worship who the fuck ever, right? Buddha. But you know something? It all comes down to where they still worship one being, anyways. One super fucking being.
Have you ever listened?
That's what all religions boil down to. I've read the Bible cover to cover. I've read it's a fucked up story, but some parts are good, some parts are bad. But you know, I've read the Mormons, I've read Buddha, I've read, you know, I like to read.
Yeah.
That's a fault of mine. I like to read. I like to read actual paper books.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, religion is a great story.
Yeah.
And you can believe in it. And I have no qualms or quarrels in whatever people believe in. I don't care, right? But when people start bringing religion into it, that is where I have issues, because religion has crumbled many societies.
And it divides you. A lot of people know Paul Harvey's "If I Were the Devil." Have you ever listened to him when he did "Letter from God"? You can call me Buddha, you can call me Allah, you can call me whatever you want. I am still me. Don't bring me into the "Letter from God." It's quite, you know.
I have to listen to that. But Steve, I have a question for you.
Sure, my friend.
I'm ready.
So, what as a people right now in 2025, right now in today's society, what proactive things can we do to actually change people's minds and promote empathy?
You know, you asked really good questions, D. You asked really good questions. You know, right now, I think the best thing we can do it's a good and bad thing, but we got to get away from that TV. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's helping us or hurting us anymore. We get our educational source from it. We get everything from the TV, but sometimes I wonder if it's just playing tricks on us. You know what I mean, so to speak, because you know we're all dialed into our own frequency. You know what I mean? Whatever you like is what you go see, and whatever I like, I go see. I was dialed into it for quite a while. In fact, you and Motor helped me a lot just talking to me about that shit. You know, I thought that was a great thing, man, to learn that, you know, there is other sides to the story. There is other sides to the story. You know, but one-sided thought, we got to get out of that. We got to get out of selfish thought. You know,
why can't 1,000 people come out of their homes for 1 hour of the day and help people in need?
Right.
Give me that reason. That do not work, that are not disabled, that are not elderly. Why can these people not come out of their home and volunteer 15 hours a week to help people in need?
Well, that's what happened now down there. People are are afraid to go to work. They're afraid to go to sleep. They're afraid to leave their children with somebody that could get raided. I mean, you can't get around that. You know, and I'm not saying that. Who knew 15 to 20 million people would pour over the border? Nobody was ready for that. How do you deal with it? But how do you can see indiscriminate raids and blind, that's not working. It's taken away, frankly, what America beats its chest about, the Constitution.
The American society is filled with fear.
Yeah. You know, we live in a society that we've grown accustomed to being comfortable. All of us have. We live in the most comfortable place in the world. We live in America, where everything's almost done for us. You go live in Beirut or something, see how them kids live and how they grow up and how they, what is that? Oh, that's me.
Somebody's
My
TV or
wife
something's
in
on.
My wife in
My
South
bad.
Africa grew up in a house with a dirt floor.
Yeah.
I don't have a television. So.
But Z, nobody knows what good is until they tasted bad.
Right.
You don't know what it is. You have no clue. You think you know what good is. Oh, I got it good. But do you? Have you ever had it bad? If you've had it bad, you know what good is. But if you've always had it good in your life, it's kind of hard for me to understand how you can understand what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? If everything in your life has been, I'll give you, for instance, Trump society. I hear black whites mention him. Probably had everything done for him his whole life. Had a good life, quality life, head of the game. But most of us don't live that life.
Mm-hmm.
We live down somewhere down here where we have to bring ourselves up. And usually where you start in life is where you end up. It's just the way it is.
Look at Japan, right? If you look at Japan, I would say Japan, there's like in the whole country, there's like 3,000 homeless people, right? That's just ripping it off the top of my head. But in Japan, they have these hotels where you can go to this egg thing, right? And sleep in there, right?
You're talking about, it's a pod. They call it a pod.
Right, it's a pod.
Yep.
And you can go to this pod if you're homeless. It costs you nothing. Why can't we do that here? Why can't we do that here? They feed these people.
We could, but we won't. Same way as the people that stay in them, in exchange for staying, clean up, help serve, do something. Like we said, the volunteer part, it would make a lot of sense. But you've got people who don't want to hear that.
So, Shar, tell me, and I'm going to ask you now, how do we change the empathy of the people?
I can't.
What can
give
I
up.
do to do it?
The only thing I know is to keep talking and hope that it gets through to some people. If I could say I'm wasting my time, but I can't just let that go. I have to try. I want people to know there's a zillion different reasons why you could be without a home or you feel bad in your luck. And instead, the first thing we want to do is judge somebody by whether it's their color or their level of income.
Yeah.
We got to not want to go that way. You got to want to know the person. All I can say is in my mind is I got to keep pushing. Whether I'm wasting my time or not, I've got to do this. Will it work? I don't know. But I can't not do nothing.
But let me ask you this. Will people see you as beating a dead horse?
Yes.
Or are you going to actually make progress? And how many people would rather listen to people? And this is what freaks me out. I hate this part, right? But it's true. People would rather put down people and listen to drama about other people than have empathy to help people.
Exactly. And that's where shit went twisted. And I don't know how do we fix that because there's not enough of us out there wanting to even give a shit.
I have a
aren't speaking
suggestion.
up.
I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you, Char.
please,
I
go
have a
right ahead.
suggestion. Real quick. Do you remember down here? Somebody mentioned it the other day, and that's why I was going to bring it up. Down here, when a hurricane comes through and the power's out and the internet's down, you see kids come out and playing that you didn't even know that there was kids in their home.
I don't want to interrupt you, Steve, but can you speak closer into the mic?
Yes, I'm
so
sorry.
we can hear you?
Sure, brother. I was saying, down here during hurricanes, the lights will go out, the internet will go out, and all of a sudden you'll see kids on the street playing. The first time you didn't even know that there was kids in the house, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you'll see people out working together, you know, cutting down the trees that got on the lines or whatever they're working on. And what interests me was the only time they do that is when the internet's out. They don't do it any other time.
The babysitter.
Yes, my friend.
Yes,
And it's become so, and they've made it like that, my friend, so that we're more interested in what happens on that than what happens to our neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine this, Steve. If cell service went out for 1 week. 1 week.
Oh my God!
Nobody could use their phones for 1 week.
We might come back together as a country or destroy each other as a country. One of the two.
I know when Verizon went out a couple years ago, they had, I think it was 220,000 customers were without cell phone service. Out of that, you know that 100 people committed suicide because they could not get on their cell phone?
I believe that, every bit of that. I believe every bit of that. And that's why I'm saying, you know, I mean, I know we all get taken aback by it. You know, I'm one of them too. I get taken aback by it. Hell, we have so much information coming into us every day that it's overwhelming. But, you know, how much of it's really true? You know, and then when you find out people like that are doing some bullshit, but we're too busy on our phone to even identify it. We're not watching them, man. We're not watching what the fuck they're doing to my neighbor, but I'm watching fucking a cartoon on the goddamn phone. My neighbor's getting robbed, but I'm watching goddamn. I know the latest news, bro.
Yeah. How many people don't even know their neighbor? Don't even know them.
No. You ain't gonna know. Most of them don't.
Mm-mm.
But it's not until times of trouble. That's what I mean by that. Times of trouble, where the internet's down, the power is down. When you got to come together and rely on somebody other than a machine, that's the only time we come together. It's sad.
It is, because we can sit here and talk about it, but unless people are willing to listen and open their mind, it's not doing anything. And that's frustrating.
Well, you know, the only thing that I can say to that, right, is I agree. We should try to reach people. And I don't care whether anybody listens to me ever or not. You know, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
But I look at it this way, right? Drama sells. Drama gets views, clicks, and shit, right? It's time that we change the narrative from drama and come together as a people. That we have people from everywhere in the world that come onto the YouTube platform. Millions and millions every single day are watching people on YouTube. And it's all drama. It's 99% fucking drama, right? Why can't we take that narrative and put that on the back burner and try to help ourselves as a society and get the message out to people? Hey, let's try something new. Let's try helping people. Oh my God, it might be the worst thing in the entire world. I gave this guy a McDonald's burger. Oh my God, now I'm going to go to hell for it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. That's how I look at people.
This is what gets me about that woman. She's in her 60s, you know, 2 marriages, that, you know, she's been around the block, lost a daughter and all that. But she said to me, because I went to leave, I had it. And she said, you want to talk? I left it for a long time. And I said, what? For what? Why? Why should I stay after all that? But you know what she said to me quite often? I can't say that live, because she knows what the repercussions would be, which she strongly promotes empathy, helping one another. But everybody's so busy blaming somebody. That's what the Nazis did. Starved David Jews. Down there, everybody, the homeless, the ones not working, Democrats, oh, they can't come up with people to blame for their shit life. I wanted to say to one guy, his name's Ricky. I was going to say Ricky, the one that went up there. Who do you want Trump to hurt in your life? Who's fucked with you through your life? There's so many of them like that you want to hurt. And you figure you're going to get your jollies out of the homeless, the immigrants, you know what I mean? All these, it's like they want to blame somebody for, I like to blame somebody for the fuck up in my life, but I did it, even though I tried to get out of it. So I'm not alone, but I don't blame a black. I don't blame a brown. I did it. It's a part of life and I'm not alone. But it seems they want to blame somebody. You can hear it in their voice. So you find it, they rope up the homeless, and somebody said, yeah. And on top of that, he says, government using the same logic to fix what they fucked up doesn't make sense. That's insanity. And he says, I want to disagree. Oh, they want to blame somebody. Clearly, they want to blame somebody for whatever was wrong in their life. Somebody wants to blame Biden for the guy opened a sewing shop, and he's an industrial machinist, and he opened it in 2019. He saved everything he had, and it went from 30 a day down to like 3. And you can tell. I know what it's like to be wrongly accused. He wants somebody to fuck somebody for what happened. You know what I mean? He wants to blame it.
Well, that falls in line with all the drama bullshit, and that's where we're saying, even if we sit here and only end up talking to a couple of people, that's all we can do, and that's what I'm willing to do. Hopefully, other people will listen. If they don't, it can't hurt that, like with you, Steve, with KD, he walked up and he changed everything for you.
Yeah. I mean, some don't, Char. Some go under. Can you imagine a drug counselor? I would imagine more times than not, she or he's looking at a file. Exhales, stamps it deceased, and puts it away, but goes on to the next one.
Right.
Hoping that this one will get through it. You don't give up.
Yeah.
So I have one last question for all three of you. You can answer this for me.
Yeah, man.
If AI can generate billions for corporations by automating tasks, right? Why is it still considered too expensive to guarantee every unhoused person a safe bed and basic needs?
Greed.
Yeah, I agree with that, brother. It's crazy. It wouldn't even be difficult, Z. You know what I mean? That's what's so funny about it. They can do all this other bullshit. They can buy planes and trains and automobiles, but they can fix this overnight, literally, almost. I mean, not literally. You get what they it turns all turns just like that.
They're spending billions in AI, right?
Yeah.
Chatbots. Look at ChatGPT. They got $500 million, right, for their fucking chatbot.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. It's a chatbot, right? It's like Google that talks to you.
Right.
That's all ChatGPT is. It's Google that talks to you. It's like Gemini. And if they can give $500 million to that, why can't they take 10% of that and reinvest it back into the inner cities?
They could. That's the thing. They won't.
Why don't they? Why?
Because they're greedy pigs. People don't
Can
care.
you take it with you when you die?
No, you can't. So you can still live comfortably and it not even affect you if we allocated stuff. But no, they won't do that. No. Whoever dies with the most toys wins. The toys you can't take with you. I'm a big shot, I'm a big deal because I make this much money. when instead I could share it and help others and feel much
And
better
then
for
you're
my
dead
soul.
tomorrow. And what do all your big toys give you? A hole in the ground or fire in your ass. You either get burned up or you become worm food, right? So tell me, what do all your big toys give you?
Nothing, because they don't even mean anything to the other people.
Oh, look
Don't.
at me. I got a jet that I have, right? I can fly around anywhere in the world. Oh, I died. Oh, what happened to the jet? Oh, it's got sold to somebody else. That's a real big thing, right? I need a chest or a medal to pin on me for that.
Excuse me 1 minute. Steve, if we need to go, we can shut it down, or you can go ahead and I'll just let it go. And you can come back, or I'll sign
Okay,
off.
how do I do
whatever you
that?
wanna-
I just need to run for about 30 minutes. What do I need to do? Just leave it?
Yeah.
If you want to shut it down, you're more than welcome to, Steve.
No, it's fine.
It depends on how long you want to stream for.
Yeah, because you've been going 2 hours
No.
and 10 minutes now. So, because
Okay.
we can always
Well, we can shut it down.
always
That's fine.
schedule another one. Okay, that's no
That'd
problem.
be great. I want to thank everybody for coming, though. I really do. Char, Black White, Susan Z, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for coming and visiting with us and hearing my story. And I hope it inspires y'all to help somebody else. And my only suggestion for the day would be, if you see somebody that looks different than you on the street, talk to them. You might find you got a friend.
Give them a smile. Say hi.
If you see me on the street and you're an asshole, I would run.
and
How
also,
about you, Charlie? You got any words of wisdom?
well, actually, I want to remind people, please leave your comments, and we're going to read them. If there's some other things you want us to address and discuss, that would be good as well. But just always be kind. Just be kind and understanding. Try to.
You know, Steve, I want to thank you for this, man. This is one of the most enjoyable podcasts I've been on.
He's been wanting to do it for a while.
That means a lot to me. It really does, Z. So I really appreciate y'all chiming in and coming on the panel too, because that means the world to me, bro. Thank you.
Are we on Steve's? I was going to say the beer caddy is empty. There's no Skittles left. He used all the toilet paper when last time he blew his nose. So
he cried on it. It's wet tissue now. You can't have it.
Hey, Steve, could I play your outro song? Could I play an outro song?
Yeah, please, my
Let
brother.
me grab it.
That'd be awesome. Cool.
I know exactly which
very-
one I want. I just got to grab it, though.
Yeah, you're fine.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me up, Steve.
Hey, Black Watch, you're always welcome, man. Love hearing from you, brother.
Yes, thank you for coming up. Thank you for coming.
It means a lot to me, Black Watch. Thank you.
I've enjoyed it. Anyway, I'll let you go, and I gotta go restock the toilet paper, restock the beer caddy. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Good night. Thanks, Black Watch.
Bye.
Bye.
Hold on, I'm grabbing it, man. I got.
You're fine.
Oh, here it
You're
is.
fine.
Is this the one? No, they ain't the one. You know, I got so much shit on here. I gotta weed half this shit out of here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I got it, man.
And
It's
Steve,
a very
I
old
can-
song that I made in Suno.
Cool. I can shut down, so you can just go on after we start signing off. Whatever you want to do.
How did I do that? Just
You just sign out, and when I sign off, then
Oh.
it's closed.
thank you so much. I just got to go meet with somebody real quick. But thank
Not
you.
a problem. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Z.
Oh, you're welcome, man. So, Shar, here's your outro song, man. I want people to listen to the words on this. Are you ready?
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Walking through these city streets where the shadows call your name. Hear the echoes of the lost and the broken, looking for a way to change. Citizen Z, he's a hero, fighting for those left behind. With his friends by his side, they'll make a difference, one step at a time. Shari, Motor City Maniac, Ropefish N, and J Blues, together with Citizen Z. They see the world through different hues. They lend a hand, share a smile, and give a voice to the unheard. In the heart of Washington, D.C., they're spreading love undeterred. In the streets of hope, where compassion finds its home, they're lighting up the darkness. No one shall be alone. Citizen Z and friends, fighting for the homeless plight, with love and understanding, they'll bring a guiding light.
And I didn't write that, by the way.
You did not?
No.
It was great. And
That was
everybody,
written
we
to
thank
me
you
by
so
a
much.
friend.
That was okay. And goodbye, everybody. Thank you again. And make sure you keep an eye out. We'll send you notifications.
Until next